Welcome to LightCast TV. Many thanks for subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you are watching our video for the first time, kindly subscribe to our channel. We bring you a compilation of news that made headlines in Nigeria.
What can we do as a school to ensure that our homes are happy? Because the truth of the case is, we teach your children, and the home will always reflect in the children that we work with. So if a home is not settled, it's just a matter of time. The child becomes unsettled in school. He becomes confused, he becomes withdrawn, all of those little things, we begin to see all of those signs. And we can't tell exactly where these things are coming from. So that's why we thought, okay, it's high time we call ourselves together, talk to ourselves, let's see what we can do to rekindle. Of course, there's an ignition already. The candles are burning, you understand? But there are times when little things will always snuff out the lights. And before you know it, you are fast becoming strangers, strange bedfellows. You have issues and you sleep to the right, daddy sleeps to the left, and the space is wide there in the middle. Nobody wants to talk to nobody. Nobody wants to say sorry first. I know what I'm talking about here. My marriage is 23 years. I think it was 23 years December last year. Yes, I'm running for 24 now. So I know exactly what I'm talking about, sincerely. I know what marriage was like for me the first 5 years. Yes. Then the next 5 years, sincerely. There are years of getting to know ourselves. There are years of getting to understand, because we come from different backgrounds, different upbringing, different training. So it's just a natural thing. You leave the toilet, the man uses the toilet, it doesn't flush, the woman is, what is all this? You understand? The man is pressing the toothpaste from the middle. The woman is, and there's some men that are that finicky also. There's a way they want it. Oh, I put my belt here. This is where I want my belt. I put my tie here. This is where I want my tie. Little things that we can always overlook if we have understanding of each other. You understand? There are little things that we just begin to build up, and before you know it, we're turning molehills into mountains. So this is why we said tonight is a night to rekindle. Tonight is a night to let go. Tonight is a night to bring everything that we've hidden under the carpet, bring them out. Let's scan, let's go through them. You understand? The need for communication also, very, very important. So this is what we have called ourselves here tonight to do, to rekindle our marriage. So thank you for coming out tonight. I really do not take your coming here for granted. I really, really appreciate it. Have fun as much as you can, but please do not lose the essence of the program. Thank you.
I don't mean to insult any profession. Sorry, please. Especially those that work in bank. Those people are big boys. Big boys on CR. I don't want to finish that CR. For those who know, they know. They bring suits. How much is it? 50. Okay, drop it. I'll write your check. They bring shoe. How much is it? 45K. 45. I like it though. Okay, drop it. I'll write your check. The rest we like writing check ahead. So by the time the main pay comes, they have cleared. So some people's check is like when February now, some people's check is February ending. Okay, you can't meet February. Your check is March ending. Okay, drop it. They now pay. That is a woman now. You have bought the gold from Egypt. You have bought the human hair from Dubai. You bought the shoe from Italy, and then you've forgotten that it's your gas account to be paid to. They now pay your gas account. Your creditors now come.
Is your marriage renewal ready? Can we renew? That's when you see some people, they will just turn deaf and dumb. They will not answer. Yes. No, they will not talk. Can we renew already? Ask my wife. Okay, talk for yourself. No, let her speak first. The wife will say, no, it's the husband that is the head of the family. Let him speak first. That's how they use 1 hour. Both of them will not speak. Abi? No. It's true now. It reminds me of a case. Couple want to divorce. They went to a court. And we will divorce. So we are not doing it again. No. And we don't like ourselves. Irreconcilable differences. I hate that word. That's a phrase now. Okay, let's do it. Irreconcilable differences. And they have 3 kids. So the judge asks, okay, how do you want to do custody? How will we arrange? Who takes the children? How do you want to split? The husband says, no, I want this too. Let that one go with the woman. The woman is shouting, no, I want to. Let him go. Why? The judge now, you know how they do? They just say, Mr. and Mrs. A, can I give you 15 minutes to talk about this outside? They say yes. And then it says, recess. The judge goes in, the couple goes outside to talk. They come back, frowning, both of them, like, we are done, we are not doing this. Okay, judge says, have you made a decision? How are you going to do custody of your children? They said, well, because we have 3 children, we'll go, we'll have the 4th one, then we'll come back, and then we'll share it 2-2. No, in that case, no, if you are the judge, where's your judgment? They want to, no, we considerable difference. But then, you know, and like another case too, I'm not doing again. I'm tired. I'm not doing. Separate us. Yeah, it has tired me. I hate her. Then, case is dragging. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. The next thing, the wife comes to court. Her stomach is big. And the judge is like, no, you are wasting my 6 months to be discussing up and down. And you are pregnant. Get outside this court, please. They chase them out. There's no case. How can you be, you are filing for divorce and then the husband is still carry you to farm to be making ridges and be planting cassava? What's that? So we will not have divorce in our homes in Jesus' name. All right. With a round of applause, please. I'll be calling on the next couple. Their marriage is below 5 years. Yes. And then we'll be asking them questions. I permit me, I'm going to maybe strike on some chords. Oh, please, permit, is my job. Please welcome with me the Omoboriomos. A round of applause for them, please. Jam your hands together. Please, I don't like situation where you are in a school compound. If I'm your teacher and I tell you to knock 2 cups together and give me sound. Wow. You see something? Good students, eat it very well. This one now is still D. It's still D. You have not scored. Sorry. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think the mathematics I was giving was not too beautiful, but let me stand behind you so I don't stand in front of anybody here. Okay, can I get a second mic, please? Okay, so we'll just be looking at, we said we're going to look at 3 things basically. And those 3 things relate around respect, around money, and around sex. Okay, so when you introduce yourself, you talk about the year, you mention the year and all of that, but you cannot say that in that period of time you've not had any waka around those 3 topics. Are you ready? Okay, thank you. Okay, so please, I need a honest answer. It's like one couple like that in church. Pastor said, if your wife or the pastor, hey, one house please. Hello, auntie. Hello, excuse me. Come back here, bring that bottle. Come on here. I'm the class captain. Yeah, go. Don't mind me, I'm on duty. Okay, so in church, pastor says, all the men, if you know your wife is controlling you, move to this side. All the men in church moved, except for one man. He stood there. Then the pastor said, this is the only brave man. This man is the real man in this church. He now went to him, sir, why exactly did you stand there? Tell us. The man said, my wife said if I come from here, go that side. No, tell me who. Oh, let me not tell you. Who is the real man? You guys can answer. He said it. My wife said if I live here. So the reason why I'm giving you this one is, if I ask question and I see somebody is doing like this, don't talk. You will kneel down, you face the wall, raise up your hand, you open your mouth, you close your nose and close your ear. Me, if I'm teacher, I'll be very wicked. Don't bring your children to my school. So I'm just joking. Please, people, don't take me serious. At the same time, don't take me serious. Thank you. I'm on duty. All right. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
The name is Omoboriwo Johnson. I'm a financial analyst. The marriage will be 6 years in August.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. What's with you?
My name is Miriam Omoboriwo.
Okay.
I'm I'm an human resources manager.
Okay.
We're blessed with 2 kids.
Hmm.
I think that would be enough.
That will be enough for now. Okay, thank you. All right. So this family you had financial analyst, human resources. So when she employs you, he will analyze how much you will earn. Don't play with them. If I come and work for you now, it's your analysis that will make madam pay me well. Oh. Don't go and underrate me on your analysis. Thank you, sir. Okay, so let's meet you.
Well, my name is Tawide Moshe. I'm a clergy, and we're married for 17 years.
Okay.
Two, they are not kids anymore.
Okay.
At least one is in university, and then the other one is in secondary school. So they are not. They are matured on their own now, and then they've left the house. So we are back to default setting.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
All right. So my name is Adebola Lemoshe. I'm a customer service manager. I work in a bank. I also pastor alongside with my husband. And I also run a cleaning business. I'm also a relationship counselor. So many things.
So many things. Even the ones that we cannot say here now. Not that we cannot say it. We can say it. We are bold. We are proud to say it. So don't start misquoting me, please. I don't like to be misquoted. So quickly, we'll just be asking these questions, and then you both don't have to answer. Maybe just one person in this 21st century now, especially not just within yourselves, especially maybe with relatives. You know this case of your elder sister, for example. So your wife is, my aburo, I can send down around anyhow. I do family meeting, all these things. I'll tell her to go and carry Adogon. All these things. So how have you been able to handle it in the last 6 years? Yes.
It's been the place has been mutual. The respect has been mutual. The respect has been mutual, and I don't think we've been using the archaic style in our home. I school in the UK, so I'm kind of accustomed with the Western setting, So okay, let me give you an instance.
Okay.
Like sometime last year, we had to like let our house help go.
Okay.
So like she said, we have 2 kids. So when the house before we let the house help go, she normally does like practically all the house chores.
Okay.
But when she left, we're like, we don't have a choice, and we don't want to like employ someone in a hurry.
Okay.
We wanted to take our time. So most times I do the dishes. I don't have problem doing that.
Okay.
Most times I lay the bed. I do laundry. I employ someone that comes to the house to do cleaning like twice a
Okay.
week. And all that. The respect has been mutual. Like,
Okay.
so I think we use the Western style in our home.
Okay. So I imagine your mom is. Sorry. I told you how my mind works. Your mom is one mama. So please, I don't mean anything. No, all this mama from Oyo. From Oyo, just deep one. She now comes to your house and meet you washing plates, and your wife is watching television. You can, that used to happen in Nigerian film. No, now the film is now in your house. It's your house that we are shooting the movie now. So how would you, right now, something like that happens, how would you handle it?
First, it's never going to happen.
Okay.
There's never been a time whereby he's working and I'm just sitting idle.
Okay.
Probably doing 1 or 2 things, or even more than he's doing. So
Okay. That's lovely.
And it's safe to say my mom is late, so.
See escape route. Just want to hide somewhere in the corridor. Okay, thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for them, please. So I'm going to ask the same question now. For those who've been married over 17 years, sir, it's a long time. And then my mom used to say something. My mom would say that in my father's family, she has become a witch. So there's nothing they can do to her again there. In fact, see, let me just say it this way. My mom can control any of my uncles. Like, in this house. I married the firstborn. I'm equal to your mother. You know, those kind of things. You know, so imagine she had in-laws that would revolt. Like, what do you mean? As I don't care how many years you've been married, you are a wife in this house. This is our family. You can imagine. So for 17 years, how have you been able to handle that respect part between yourselves and then with family?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a kingdom man, so I'm not actually African, as it were. So I handle my home, and we handle one another from the standpoint of the kingdom and what the scripture says. So I'm not big on who respects who, as long as respect is mutual. But we didn't start that way anyway. I think the first 3 years, even though it was not really a big issue, as it were, but it troubled me because she would make decisions without asking me. So I had issues with that. And then it was going to cause a lot of issues until I sat down to actually think through about why she's like that. Only to come to the understanding that, well, she lost her dad when she was quite young. So she grew up with the mom taking decisions alone. So naturally, that just became like a normal stuff for her to do. And so because she didn't have a father figure, and I still have my parents complete, so I saw a home where both parents took decisions together. She didn't grow up with that kind of, setting. So it became like that. Well, I've always seen my mother make decisions. She decides what we are going to eat, where we are going to go, the kind of school. And so she was bringing that home. So I understood where she was coming from. And we were able to talk it over. And from there, we never had issues. As well as when we got married, because she saw a few things, and then the first few months she would kneel down in the morning. I wasn't comfortable with that at all. I told her,
please don't kill me yet.
So we just enjoy ourselves. And with my family, I come from a family that is free. For example, growing up, we never prostrated to greet our parents. That's the setting I came from. So we chop knuckle, I shake my dad, I shake my mom, we hug each other. So I don't come from a family where we prostrate. But she comes from a family where even if you are 1 second older, you are an auntie. It's not even sister, you are auntie me, brother me, and all that. So I was going to have issues with that, but I just use wisdom. So, there's no respect in English. It's a Yoruba culture that has respect. So when I'm in a house, we speak English. So there's no auntie me in English. Good morning is good morning. Come is come. It's not ewa. All those. So if I'm not in the mood for those stuff, I convert to English, and then everybody's happy at the end of the day.
For me, I just feel that there's something unique about this relationship. There's something about God. The God factor has always been the platform on which we have operated at home. And so the issue of money is more like patterning our finances based on the word, based on what God wants. So I won't say we've had issues around money. The only issue that I think I have is the way he spends. He's a huge spender. He spends more than I love to save, but he loves to spend.
Is it flow?
Buys things, on impulse. So I think that's just the only thing.
He's a rush puppy spender.
But when it comes to who has what, in our family, everybody has it. Even the children owns it. Everybody owns it. So it's not about me or whoever is bringing the money in. It's about what we need to do with the money. And that can actually cut across everybody. So I could earn let's say 500,000, and then my daughter needs to do something, it goes to her. My husband needs to do something, it goes to him, my son. So it's not like I own anything. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
So basically that's how we've been running our home. And because I would like to say that my husband, is a pastor, is a full-time pastor. You understand what that means? Okay, so the income is not as much as he used to have it when he was working, So I had to cover up for a lot of things, and of course I have to cover up for a lot of things, and he has been able to also step up his financial life because he actually wants to do things for the family, and I want to thank God for giving me, him to me, because he's not somebody that would want to just relax and say, oh, my husband, and say my wife works, and so she earns money, and so let's just keep feeding on her. No. So he also tries to bring in things, even though sometimes I tell him, sweetheart, even though I can afford this thing, I really want you to do this for me. So I love it when he gives me money, despite the fact that I work in a bank. Every woman wants a husband to give her something. So I always ask him, give me something, give me chop money. I want to collect it.
Your husband's money is sweeter.
Even though the way we run our home, the way we just distribute share the roles in the family. So I take a part, he takes another part. So sometimes after doing that, I still tell him, I need you to add so. Even though it's not as if we don't have it, but I just love to have him give me things personally as a woman. And that might just be me. I don't know about other women, but for me, I love my husband to give me things. So my money is our money. His money is our money.
Okay.
Of course, there are some other things I would like to talk about if time permits.
Let's see if you can.
Being transparent with your finances,
Okay.
Your income, and then being able to let your spouse know how much you collect and how you are even spending it, even though he doesn't care about it, but you are just trying to be accountable, to your spouse. Like I used to do that years back, until recently I just stopped. Not because it was too cumbersome for me to start putting up figures together. So I stopped because of that. But years back, I used to have these templates for my finances. At the end of the month, I send it to him. This is how I've spent, and this is what I have as savings. I actually have nothing to hide. I have several amounts in investment. I have nothing to hide. I tell my husband, this is what we have. Okay. If we have any major expense, he tells me, sweetheart, let's take from this. And I oblige, we need to do this. So, and we have this, let's take it and let's use it. So it's all about my money is our money.
Okay.
Okay. So
thank you very much.
To use her wisdom to get what I want from her.
So don't cut off our vacation plans.
Me, I want to go on vacation. She doesn't want to go.
Okay. When I started, I said we have cases where people want to stay late at a party, somebody wants to go early, and unfortunately they are married. Now, no, you want to go to like Ogbomoso resorts. I go for me, and he wants to go to Dubai. So you are checking this balance. If we Ogbomoso is better, it's not Ogbomoso. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, sir. They know you are liable to die young, but it's like the thing is sweet, so they don't still smoke it. So at times you can be a financial analyst, and you can see the doing like hush puppy. Yeah. Budano. Well, I cannot keep myself full. I will analyze your own money, but we spend my own. It's not my problem. Okay, so let's come to you now. So this issue of money, how has it been at your own end, considering the number of years you've been married? Any issues around that, and how have you managed?
It's pretty easy. As you all know, I'm a financial analyst, so it's very easy for me to like track the fund. We run a lot of joint accounts.
Okay.
We have a different account for the kids that takes care of their birthdays, school fees, December stores, and all that. We have a different account for vacation.
I hope you guys are picking something. I think I'm learning something from there.
We have a different account for vacation. All we just need to do is check what's in the account. If it's good enough for USA, for Yankee. If it's good enough for London, go to the UK. If it's a landmark resort, stay on the island. So you have a designated account for investment.
Okay.
When I say investment, I mean
Maybe land,
money market, bonds.
Okay.
No treasure bills for now. Bonds. What's it called? Sometimes we buy all these corporate bonds, commercial bonds like 180 days, 270 days.
Okay.
So we might use the proceeds to do the hush puppy thing. Said, like,
okay.
Just,
that's right.
Let's just use the proceeds to do Obi Kubana. Sometimes we lavish.
Yeah.
So and we have a different account for properties.
Okay.
That is You don't touch that. You don't do banner or
That one.
Then we have a different account for stock market.
Okay.
So because of the volatility in that, I manage that because it's really, really volatile. So
Yeah.
I manage that. But in summary, we run a joint account and the transparency is 100%.
Whoa. Can I have a round of applause for that, please? I have learned some things from here. Because for me, now my account, the money deal is when we need it, you come and ask, I will give you. If I don't approve, you not collect. All this join, don't join anything. If I join, it's joint signatory. You cannot withdraw if I'm not there. Not that I will be at home now. I'll just see, down 500,000 debit. And I'll be like, yeah. And I'll be touching my chest. I'll be saying, neighbor, help me. What I know all this kind of joint situation is it get as it be. So it's like that's old school. Some people like me are old school. It's not only me. They are here looking at me. They are old school. You cannot sign when I'm not. I must see what you are signing. That's when our profile is eating the spoon. You are great with you have to shake it because we saw debit alert. Please, let's be guided. So please, it's something lovely. I love that. The investment, this account, that account, and then it helps you track, it helps you manage. So you are not chopping Peter's money at Paul's birthday and you're chopping 2 grains. If you do 3 rounds, you put 3 grains, and then you do that for 1 year. And then from the 2nd year, every time you have sex, take out a grain of rice. And he was saying that there's a strong possibility that you might not take out all the grains of rice in that bottle. And I was like, 1 year compared to like 50 years. Wow, what are you telling me? But he said, try it. I didn't try it. But really, it's something I've been thinking about. It's been on my mind for a long time. Like, can this thing be, can it be true? So let me start from your end. How has it been? My concern, I like the way you give her that microphone. My concern, basically, I hear things like the woman is sleeping, then, bros has entered her bedroom, he has shower, he has arranged himself, he has gone to, that day he brought one fine boxer, he has gone the boxer, he's just strolling up and down the house, he's just showing his back, full chest, everything is the preamble. Then, when he now touch her like alpha, she now be like, I'm tired. You are tired, that or she say, is it food? That one, some people used to fight. The whole popularity return to wrestling ring. Is it food? What do you mean? So really, I look at this thing like, and most of the time, please bear me witness, it's always the guy that is always doing this hand. And this other jumper that you do a leg like this. And you know when your wife is so, you now be stretching leg and be using leg. Why doesn't it not come from the woman most of the time? So how has it been for you guys?
Okay, well, I'll start from what you just said lastly now. Well, for us, most of the time it's usually him, and it's not as if I'm not interested or something. We women we tend to do a lot during the day. So at night we're like exhausted, like we just want to sleep. That's the only time we get to relax, especially when you have kids. During the night, that's when that's like your me time. Imagine you having your me time and the husband is stretching the hand and the leg and all that. So for me, I usually don't say no.
Okay.
It is only when I'm on my period.
Okay.
Because for me, it even helps. I like the fact that he's stretching that because left to me, I will sleep till the next morning. So for me, I like the fact that, and sometimes when I'm in the mood, and when the kids are around, we would even when we have the kids around, we have our ways around it. We won't deprive ourselves of that. No. So when I'm in the mood, sometimes I make the move, and sometimes when it is, we just do it any day, anytime, and anywhere. Spontaneous.
Please, round of applause. Round of applause.
And more when the kids are on holiday.
Please, when you say anywhere, be mindful of the kitchen, especially when you are cooking, because God can go and carry you and put you on cooker. You are not thinking that time. You are thinking it's freezer. You don't know that it's a cooker. I know this American film. They used to do wipe computer like this and put that's when he will kick the pot of rice and put it on fire on the cooker. Be mindful. Kitchen is very sensitive. Bros, this way, the way you are now, you just be carrying your hand. Be careful in the kitchen. Please, oh. Okay.
Okay, like I said, more when the kids are on holiday. Sex is very good.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you don't say, no, you should say something. You should say something.
Yes, it is.
I was saying anything. Okay. Okay.
Because sometimes, when we have like maybe an argument, and in fact, imagine two people that are not talking to themselves, and the next thing, the sign comes, and we find ourselves making love. And after it, I'll be like, really, really, like you just have to do that, go away, and we start talking immediately. So really, sex, I don't know, it works.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I remember my dad telling me that when I was about to get married, he was like, see, my dad is a disciplinarian. So when that man called me and was asking me, what's my plan for buying mattress? You know, let's just, from your father that you just laugh too much, he will slap you. Then when you start crying, he will ask you why you are crying, then he will slap you again. That man will now be asking me, you're about to get married, what's your plan to buy mattress? You know I cannot answer. You know I'm like, how we talk now, even despite my age, you can slap me. And now they're discussing mattress with my father. But he said, at your age in marriage, you're just going to don't buy 6x6. I was like, Popsy, the bigger the better. Maratana, Wembley, you can use here. You can use. Popsy was like, no, listen. And I was like, Popsy, what's happened now? He said, when you buy a small mattress, when you quarrel, when you fight, there's no how you sleep that your body will not touch body. And when body touch body, the fight will end. But when you buy 6x7, and one person is playing opposition, one person is playing home, the fight will not end though. That's when the children will now come and say, there's heat in our room. They come and sleep in the middle and help you widen the battle very well. So let me come to you, sir, and I'll bring the question this way. You have grown-up kids, and the children we have now, those children is like they are using internet in heaven. So they have been doing Facebook, WhatsApp, everything in heaven before coming. So there is nothing, there is no code. You want to code now, they will know. So how do you now with grown-up kids when they are home? You know, you said they are not home, but when they are home, daytime you just feel like it, and then all of you are there in the sitting room, you are watching football, we are watching TV, and the children are just there, and then you want to like you know, how do you manage that, the communication, especially because you have grown-up kids around?
Well, I think we just communicate.
Okay.
And, so we enjoy ourselves more when they are not at home. But when they come back home, we just know how to get our ways around these things.
Okay.
You know.
How do you do it?
So they are busy on Netflix. I have my own Netflix.
On the so then you are flexing. You are flexing on the Netflix.
Yes.
Wonderful.